Hey yo, what's the deal? You know who it is. It's the Don. Yeah, Tony Teflon, House Teflon. We pull the strings. Yeah. And I had to come back and do this video because before I told you the other one was a bonus video, the Break a Lies thing. So if that means that was the bonus, you get to have my regular video. But first, let me comment on that Break a Lies video, because I got a couple of feedback that people were saying that maybe I was being a little unfair and mean and stuff like that. Now, no, I wasn't. All right, straight up, no, I wasn't, because I think that, number one, I was having fun, and I think it's all in good fun. And when you discuss the book, you discuss the book, and it's all in fun. Two, if you put something out there for the world has the right to judge, no matter how they judge, right? Sometimes people say stuff about me I don't like. It is what it is, you know what I mean? And number three, for everyone who said that to me, I'm going to ask you like this. Have you ever watched American Idol? Have you ever laughed at the people that thought they could sing and couldn't really sing, and you knew it, and you said, why are they up there? That's the whole premise of that show. Huge show for a billion years now, right? So think of that as the Game of Thrones American Idol, the first episode of it. You know what I mean? The first people that come out and do that and stuff like that. But I'm going to tell you this in all good fairness and show you that Tony Teflon the Don is very fair, and that's the way I get down. I will give you a theory that I came up. Now, when I say I came up with, I'm going to tell you like this. I know this book been out for a billion years, right? So usually something that you thought of, someone probably over the years may have thought of it, and you just never heard them say it. I'm going to give you a theory that I have never heard, ever, no one say it like this, and I'm going to say it. Alright? And this is basically the death of Daenerys Stormborn Targaryen. Alright? This is her endgame. And to show you that's why I'm wearing the red, to represent the toast to the queen, to her death. I know there's a lot of big Stormborn fans out there, especially my man Charlie at Westeros, but, you know, sometimes things have to happen. This is George R. R. Martin's world, and, you know, all men must die, but she is not a man. So, the death of Daenerys Stormborn. But first, before I say that, we will get right into it, and then I'll give my shout outs to the people who were very nice to me, James Johnson and LaDonna, that said my name and said they watched my stuff. That's an honor to hear that y'all actually have watched one of my videos and stuff like that. Because I will tell you that it was watching Mr. Johnson's videos. I was watching the Histories of Westeros at the time, and someone told me to watch his video, and I watched one of his videos. And then I watched it, and I was like, I don't know if this guy knows what he's talking about here. And then I turned it off. And I was like, this guy's bugging. And then I looked it up. And then I said, this guy's right. And then ever since then, I've been hooked. And then when he bought his mom and stuff like that. And ever since then, I've been hooked on all this stuff. So thank you. It's a blessing to hear you say that you watched anything. And Eli Knight, do not count the man. First of his name, rightful king of Westeros, out yet. I don't know who your main guy is, but we're going to find out who that guy is. And I'll tell you how I think he's going to end too. But right now, this is for Daenerys Stormborn. I think it says how it ends for her. And this, I think all you got to do is look at her dreams. And her dream says it all. I'll say the first dream right now. Viserys was hitting her, hurting her. She walked naked, clumsy with fear. She ran from him, but her blood seemed thick and ungainly. He struck her again. She stumbled and fell. You woke the dragon, he screamed as he kicked her. You woke the dragon, you woke the dragon. Her thighs were slick with blood. She closed her eyes and whimpered. And if in the answer there was the great hideous ripping sound off the crackling of some great fire. When she looked again, Viserys was gone. Great columns of flame rose all over and around. and in the midst of them was a dragon. It turned its great head slowly. When its molten eyes found her, she woke. Alright? Now, when you listen to that, right? Now, the fact, obviously, we break it down. She's clumsy. She's awkward. She's prego. So we know she's prego, right? When her thighs are bleeding, right, from that thing right there, that foreshadows her stillbirth, right? Now, next thing you know, when she looked again, Viserys was gone, great columns flames rose all around, and in the midst of them was a dragon, and it turned its great head slowly. With its molten eyes found her, she woke. Alright? So, that's the dragon, alright? Alright. Now, to next dream. Alright, so we explained that. Let me get to the next one. When she slept that night, she dreamt of the dragon dream again. Viserys was not in it this time. It was only her and the dragon. Its scales were black as night, and wet and slick with blood. Her blood. Dany sensed. In its eyes were a pool of molten magna, and when it opened its mouth, flame came out in a hot jet. She opened her arms to the fire, embraced it, let it swallow her whole. It cleansed her, tempered her, and scorned her clean. She could feel her flesh searing and blackening slowly away. Feel her blood boil and turn to steam, yet there was no pain. She felt strong, new, and fierce. Rest in peace, Daenerys Targaryen. Now, I know that from the first dream, she goes and she's having a dream about the dragon and stuff like that, right? And the second dream. Now, I'm going to say this. So this gives, listen, and I'm going to say this because I put out that breaker lies. This right here, I'll say it again if I didn't say it before, if I wasn't clear. If you wish to make fun of this is your opportunity. See, because I'm fair. I'm going to give you an opportunity to make fun of this if you think you can, but I'm telling you, I'm 100% right, and I've never heard anybody say that. Now, that's supposed to be her or the dragon, right? Okay. That's wrong. Alright. I'll explain this for you real quick. That's got nothing to do with the dragon whatsoever. Alright? Nothing to do with the dragon. You know what that has to do about? That's Jon Snow. The dragon. Because he's a dragon. And at that point, Jon Snow is Azor Ahai. And he's killing Daenerys. Now, I'm going to prove it to you that I'm right. Alright? Alright. The second part, listen to it. When she slept that night, she dreamt the dragon dream again. Alright? The dragon dream. This is the two things. This is the dragon dream. She says it right here in while he's kicking her, right? The first part, Viserys. You woke the dragon. You woke the dragon. Her thighs were slick with blood. She closed her eyes and whimpered. Alright? And then the answer, a great ripping sound, crackling with great fire. She looked again, Viserys was gone. Great columns of flame rose all around her. In the midst of them was the dragon. The dragon. Not a dragon. Not her dragon. The dragon. A person was there. It turned its great head slowly with its molten eyes around her. She woke. Alright? That's Jon. He's the dragon. Alright? Because we know that who his father is. Alright, here we go. You with me? Here we go. When she slept that night, she dreamt the dragon dream again. Remember it says the dragon, not her dragon, a dragon, the dragon. Viserys was not in it this time. It was only her and the dragon. Its scales were black and night, wet and slick with blood, her blood. This is her blood on Jon's Rhaegar's armor, black armor, as he's about to turn to Azor Ahai. Its scales were black as night, wet and slick with her blood. Her blood is on him, right? Her blood. She sensed it, so she knows her blood is on Jon right now. Its eyes were pools of molten magma, all right, looking at him. And when it opened its mouth, flame came out in a hot jet. She opened her arms and let the fire embrace it. Now, I know that you want to look and say, that's fire coming out of a dragon's mouth. No, it's not. Trust the Don. What that is right there is Jon making Lightbringer out of the sword using Dany right now. Now, remember I said that, and listen again to what I'm saying. Its eyes were a pool of molten magma. When it opened its mouth, when she's pulled the sword out, the flame came out in a hot jet. So when its eyes were open in magma, when it's opened its mouth, you got to think of that as the sword. Flame came out in a hot jet. She opened her arms to the fire and embraced it. The fire from the sword. Now he has to stab her with the sword to make it turn to fire. And when she did, she embraced it. Listen, it swallowed her whole. The flame from the sword, it cleansed her. It tempered her and scorned her clean. Now, listen to what that is. It cleansed her. What happens to the sword of Azor Ahai, Lightbringer? He has to put it in the water, cleansed, and temper her. Temper. What gets tempered? Sword gets tempered. Tempered her and scored her clean. You understand what I'm saying? Scored her clean. She could feel her flesh sear and blacken and slough away. She could feel her blood boil and turn to steam. You know why? Because the flame is from inside of her. You see, when Melisandre's chapter, if you go back, and you see when she's in her chapter, and when she's doing it, and she's sitting at the flame, and she's looking into Azor Ahai, she could feel the flame when he was about, and she was amidst that when that she was happy that Jon shot Rattleshirt, that was pretending to be masked, because she could feel the fire inside of her burning inside of her, because the flame was inside of her body and it was making her blood boil, because the fire is in her, just like the fire is in her, because the Azor Ahai sword Lightbringer is in her chest right at this particular time. So she could feel it. She could feel her blood boil and turn to steam, yet there was no pain. She felt strong, new, and fierce. And that is when he pulls the sword out. And that's why I'm saying this is the death of Daenerys Stormborn. But it could mean right here, as she felt strong and new and fierce, that she doesn't die like Misa died. She doesn't die. For some reason, she stays alive. Because she can control the flame, because she's a Targaryen. Ding! You got me. Are you with me? You believe in it. Well, whether you do or you don't, those are the facts that I'm laying out for you. And leave your comments and everything else. So once again, I would like to say thank you to the kind people. I guess there were people that mentioned my name to other people and asked people about me, and I, thank you for all the kind words. Again, thank you to the words for LaDonna, James Johnson, Eli Knight, Mace the Pain, my man. Sometimes my man is nemesis, but my man nonetheless. And Eli Knight, James Johnson, Eli, Charlie of Westeros, my boy. You know what I mean? Doing this thing up there in Canada. So I got some peoples in Great Britain over there listening to me. So across the pond, what's up over there, and anywhere else across the world, and all you ladies, how you doing? You know what I mean? So, yo, that's my thing. That's how I think Dany dies. I don't think she actually died. I think she will come back to life. She does come back to life here. But I think that this is Jon making the sword Lightbringer in her chest from that thing. Never heard anyone else say it. If you did, well, I never did. I think I made it up. So, yo, if you like this, subscribe. One-up it. Put it on your Twitter, on your Facebook. Follow me. Do all that good stuff. We trying to rise, baby. We try to rise. All right? And if I did make anyone feel bad in the break of lies, I am sorry. I did not mean to. Think of it as a Game of Thrones American Idol. And that's it. And this is your chance right here to laugh at me if you think that's funny. All right? That's fair, right? That's what I'm talking about. So, yo, who? The Don. Tony Teflon, House Teflon, we pull the strings. Peace. People's Champ.